What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we are
live, baby.
Live, baby. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Yes, we live, baby. Badlands in the house.
Badlands, what's happening?
From our friends from across the river.
Across the river.
We are doing phenomenal. How are you and the lovely wifey doing? That's what I want to know. How are you doing? Wait, I need to turn my hand so you can see it.
Yeah, we doing lovely, especially after this pear hangover.
My God, it's real. I got pretzels though.
A pear and a real.
Do pretzels help pear hangovers? I know they help like regular hangovers.
Got those going on too.
Yes.
We just left the bourbon
capital of the world.
Capital of the world.
We're here for it. We're good. Getting ready for Pennhurst. Yes. I thought that was the weekend of the 15th. Wait, well, I guess technically that would be next weekend. I'm here for it. Are you guys vending? Just attending? I feel like I'm about to drop a freestyle.
They going for the investigation.
Are you vending or just attending?
They going to do.
Guys, if you're popping in here, hit me in my comments. There you are. What's up, Tammy?
What's up, Tammy? What's up, Howie? Fifth Nation Network, Mr.
Good evening,
Howie
good sir.
Ed Odell.
Psychic medium Rhonda Harris. Hello, beautiful.
Rhonda, we could have used you this weekend.
Rhonda, I'm going to start kidnapping you. It's just going to happen.
You got to catch her before she puts her running shoes on.
She runs from you. She doesn't run from me. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. 16th and 17th. We will be reenacting the Silver War.
The Silver War.
Guys, we really know how to pronounce this. Let me just explain.
We're going to be getting Yankees. Shooting them Yankees.
James Brady. The Brady Bunch.
Mr. Brady.
Love those two.
How you doing, sir? See you, my good sir.
Badlands. If I can come up with $300, I can investigate with Project Fear Sunday night, which I'm almost would give a leg for. Well, I think they buy legs on the black market for like $300. All right. Bet.
Will, Rhonda. Not run.
Thanks, Tammy. There's the rest of the Brady Bunch.
Tammy. What's up, Kim?
Trish, we're getting ready to talk about you, girl.
Trish, it was so good to see you this weekend.
Oh, my God.
It really was. I'm so glad I got to see you.
Yes. We're stopping in Gettysburg for a few hours Friday to investigate. Awesome. Gettysburg. Love it. Yes, Yankees. Becky Paulette with the Spirit of Clover Hill and her lovely hubby, Durrell.
What's up, Becky?
We are a mess.
Becky, I need
we
to
don't
hit
make
you
no
up.
Damn sense.
I got to hit Becky up for some more
For some pecan, homemade.
That pecan pie.
Is it homemade pecan pie? No, it's homemade wine. We live, baby. Yeah.
Sweet tea, pecan pie, and homemade
Paul
wine.
Fowler, North Carolina.
What's up, Paul? Good to see you again.
I heard you're investigating with our friends this upcoming weekend. Our friends.
Y'all.
But, yes, guys.
What's up, Michelle?
We got
live, baby.
What happened to your voice just now, bro?
I was choking on a peanut.
You were choking on some nuts.
Oh.
Yeah. You guys are going to have a great time. Emily and Chris are awesome. Yep, you got it, babe. Southern bourbon pecan pie.
I've had enough.
Let me know how much I owe you, Becky. I'll cash app you.
I've had enough bourbon recently for 2 lifetimes.
Guys, our weekend was insane. That's okay, James. We appreciate you just stopping by.
Yeah, James. Thanks for thinking of us enough to come by and say hi.
Yeah. We missed y'all.
We do miss y'all.
But, guys, this past weekend, yes, we're eating snacks at the moment. This past weekend, guys, we left lovely Virginia on Friday morning, to be exact. Jamie said, not the nuts, Sean. You're not doing it right. You got to put them in your hand and shake them.
Look, y'all.
Did you even shake it, bro?
Hey, shake it, bro.
This is how you shake it. All right, guys. Ronnie Anderson with Bedford Paranormal in the house.
Tammy, don't make fun of me and my nuts.
That's funny. All right. So we left the lovely state of Virginia and headed down south.
To the land of the bourbon.
Anyway, we headed to good old Kentucky. Let me tell you guys something about Kentucky. Kentucky is shitting on us here in Virginia, guys.
They built different down there.
They are built different. The hospitality, the friendliness, the good old Southern, like, just atmosphere is different. We need to step it up here in VA, guys.
Yo.
We suck. Okay?
Hey, watch it.
I don't care.
Watch it.
Watch it for what?
You ain't from here.
That's why I can say it.
No.
People from here can't say it. I can say it. But we had a triple whammy this weekend, guys. We investigated the Sherwood Inn in New Haven, Kentucky, which 10 out of 10, if you guys are going into New Haven, what's up, Mama D?
Oh, now Mom Hops went after like 5 missed calls from me.
Lord. Called out.
I called Mom like 5 times before the show started and she didn't answer the phone. Looked at the phone. You know, people know when you look at your phone, hit the Iggy.
What's going on, Terry? Who's in Arkansas? Terry, are you drinking?
Yeah, Terry must be sipping that cough medicine. That's what they drink in Texas. That's where Terry's at.
Yeah.
They drink that lean. Terry's sipping that lean.
He hanging out with Big X the Plug.
Hey.
That made me so mad just now. What's up, Amy? Amy, who's on your profile? Who is that man?
That guy. Who is that?
I don't know. Ryan C. Jones, the man himself, y'all.
Riff Nation Network in the house.
But
and we got the whole Riff crew up in here.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Y'all. That's it. Sum it up, y'all.
Hey, Terry from Texas.
Ma said I was washing my business. All right, guys. So we stayed.
Hold on real quick. Mom, Courtney got yelled at by Aunt Franny today. Remind me to call you.
Here we go.
We love seeing Aunt Franny today. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, guys. What's up, Robert White? Oh, you know what, Amy? I am sorry for your loss, but I'm going to tell you right now, your uncle is a very handsome man. Like, I thought that was a celebrity.
Y'all know that I don't swing both ways, but
that man is suave.
that's the definition of handsome.
Yes. I really thought it was like a celebrity photo. Amy, I did not mean any disrespect.
No disrespect at all.
I am saying that genuinely. Like, that's a handsome man. He should have been on TV. 10 out of 10.
That's like the ultimate glamour shot.
I'm trying to tell you. Like, I thought it was like a celebrity.
Not even joking either. Completely being serious.
Terry, now you know we in Virginia. See, Sean's right. You sipping that lean.
That's that Big X the Plug lean right there.
We in the Virginia. All right, guys, let me get serious for a second, okay? So, we don't know where Daryl's at. Becky, you know where Daryl's at. Where's Daryl? That's the question of the night. Where's Daryl?
Not inviting me down.
Tyler frickin' Darnell.
My man.
The married man himself.
My brother. Shout out the haunted photographer.
That's right.
It's almost like when Tyler pops in, it's like we need a red carpet.
Yeah, I do. I need to like.
We need to like insert a red carpet.
He needs like entrance
That's
music.
like paranormal royalty walking in the room.
Yes, Amy. I'm very sorry for your loss, though. In all seriousness, I really am sorry for your loss.
Yes, we are.
But yes, that is a very handsome
one hell
man.
of a picture right
That
there.
is.
Like we weren't even joking about that.
Well, Becky, cuss him out. Do something. Daryl. Where are you, Daryl?
Little Daryl.
Little Daryl. My name's Daryl. All right, guys. So, again, we had a triple whammy. We did a case. I'm going to fill you guys in. If you don't remember, we had a case in New Haven, Kentucky about a year ago. And we went down there. It was a haunted saloon. When the town, which is a complete blinker miss at town, got word, they hit up the saloon owner and they were like, we've got to get him to our location. Like, what do we have to do here? So we ended up killing two birds with one stone. Literally, Emily's not lying today.
Emily's always
That is
lying.
a great picture of her and Chris. That's our profile picture.
Emily.
And I'm getting ready to talk about you, Em.
Let's talk about Emily.
Hold on, let me fill everybody in. Then we could wrap in Emily.
Sissy's the villain.
Oh, here we go, guys. In the comments, let's settle this tonight. For everybody that's seen the movie Urban Cowboy,
Pam,
Sissy or Pam? That just put one word: Sissy or Pam. In the comments. I'm in charge of restoring and printing all the pictures. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm glad you got to participate in that.
Yeah.
Sissy or Pam? All right. So we decided to kill two birds with one stone. One of our locations was the Sherwood Inn in New Haven, Kentucky. All right. The second one was the Long Branch Saloon, also in New Haven, Kentucky. Sean is literally... You know that comes up 3 times if you hit send.
Good.
Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look, on the other side, podcast, and he'll...
Bam. Pam won.
Pam, we're not done. Sissy or Pam?
We won. It's 3 versus 1.
That's you.
It doesn't matter.
Emily, Sean's lying.
Emily got shut down.
All right. So we decided... What's up, Daryl? Welcome to the show late.
Daryl, Sissy or Pam?
Movie Urban Cowboy, Sissy or Pam? That's the survey for tonight. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, back to it. So we decided to kill two birds with one stone, and we stayed at the Sherwood Inn, which made it so convenient when we had to go across the street to the Long Branch Saloon. We could just carry our stuff. Oh, Ronnie!
My man.
What?
Ronnie?
Trish, thank you.
Ronnie? That's what I'm talking about.
What man is going to watch that man with them tight-ass pants on? I'm not a man, but I watched. Give me some Wrangler jeans.
Oh, Daryl.
Daryl, get out.
Pam. Sissy was the villain. Hands down, the villain. Up there in front of all them people shaking her ass.
Here we go.
And went in the bar, hurting Bud's feelings.
This
Bud
guy.
got his ass
Bud
whooped.
slapped the shit out of her.
Pam
Guys, we're not.
was better for Bud.
So, we very strategically, we got into town kind of late on Friday. We had a late start. We had a little bit of a delay. Had to pull over a couple times, not for any technical difficulties, just simply signal and had to take care of some business. Get into town a little bit later than we liked. So we decided to head on over to check in. We checked into the hotel. 2, we were joined by Chris Mendez with Supernatural Untold Stories.
Shout out
And
to Kristen.
Emily and Chris Warner with Lost Souls PI. If you guys do not follow them on TikTok and social media, definitely go drop them a follow. Lost Souls PI is our sister team, guys. That's what I'm going to call them. They are literally my riders. I call them up and I'm like, hey, I'm going to Kentucky. You want to go? 1 week notice. We're down.
Yeah.
They were there. Okay. I love this. I love this because that's people I can count on. Chris Mendez was in the original planning, so he had much more of a notice. So for Emily and Chris to bust tail and hightail down to Kentucky the way they did, being that they're also 8 hours away, much love, much respect for Lost Souls PI. We needed help, okay? We needed help because there's strength in numbers. Not only did we have the Sherwood Inn to investigate, we had the Long Branch Saloon to investigate, but we also had the tunnels that run under the entirety of this town. Guys, these tunnels were used during the Prohibition era to transport alcohol. They were also date back to the Underground Railroad, and they were a active escape route. So that's 3 locations right there, just in New Haven. Then, so we sat down over dinner and strategically planned it out. My primary case was at Long Branch Saloon, guys. The other ones were added bonuses, is how I'm going to put that. So we decided that we wanted to make sure that we put our primary focus at Long Branch. And shout out to Long Branch Saloon. If you guys are ever in the Bardstown, New Haven area in Kentucky, 10 out of 10, go check them out. Friday, they had karaoke. Saturday, they had an amazing live band. I have not danced like that in years, guys.
Even my big ass was up there.
Years. I was sweating. I was hot. I had to go and change my clothes before we investigated. But the hospitality there is excellent. I will put a caveat in there, guys. If you are down in the New Haven and Bardstown area and you check out Long Branch Saloon, bring cash. My caveat. They are a cash-only bar, but their prices, phenomenal. Food, great. They've got your typical bar food and things like that, but it's top tier. Service, unmatched. They've got the liquid spirits different than we have up here. So, down home, honky tonk, liquor was flowing.
Let's go home.
Boots were dancing and things like that. So Friday night, we partook in karaoke. We were the only ones staying at the Sherwood Inn, so we had free reign of the place with respect to closed off areas. So we decided that Friday we were going to go ahead and tackle the Sherwood Inn because if we got tired, we could just walk straight to our room, which is what we did about 2 a.m. We shut down the bar across the street and came over and investigated at the Sherwood Inn. Definitely an interesting location. A lot of residual there, guys. I'm going to say it's a lot of residual. It's been in the same family since it was opened. There was a big fire that burnt a portion of it down in 1914. They rebuilt, and it is what it is stands or where it stands today. Right next door, there was a tragic house fire that killed an entire family minus the husband who saved himself and left his wife and kids in there, which is tragic. I think that also kind of trickled over to the Sherwood Inn. I know you would have, Amy. Were you near the Battle of Perryville? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
But
maybe.
I was swinging my hips. Yes, great times. So, fast forwarding on over, we got a nice sleep, and I'm going through all this because Sean is about to give you the rundown of what we caught. I'm just telling you what we did. So, fast forwarding to Saturday, we're tourists, guys. We're out of town. What do? We find Abraham Lincoln's birthplace, which was dope. It's a national forest, and in the middle of the national forest is like the spring that is believed to be where Abe Lincoln took his very first drink, like out of. So that was kind of cool. And there was a little baby bird nest. So we did tourist stuff. We went to Maker's Mark Distillery. Sean got to dip his own bottle. You should have grabbed it and showed everybody live because this was awesome. So you go to the distillery right in the kitchen. You go to the distillery and you buy a bottle of their bourbon. And then anybody who's ever drank Maker's Mark bourbon knows that it's wax dipped. Okay. So the largest battle in Kentucky. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was going to say, I think we would have known that. Now, there was a lot of Civil War stuff where we were at, but so anyway, Maker's Mark is sealed with wax, and then you break the wax seal, you open it right by the ice maker on the floor in the bag that says Maker's Mark. So, Sean got himself a bottle and dipped it. It's never going to be open, guys. It's just not. This is going to be like the most aged bottle you ever see because who wants to break their own wax seal? Nobody. But aside from that, the grounds itself was gorgeous. Sean is coming in here with his personally dipped bottle of Maker's Mark, and I love it. I love a good wax strip, guys. So there's a whole tutorial. They give you an apron, safety goggles, big gloves, and these sleeves and all this stuff. They give you a tutorial on how to dip the bottle. And there you have it. Sean dipped his own bottle of Maker's Mark. And he did such a good job. I think that's great. But the grounds of the distillery itself were awesome. So then fast forwarding, we went back on into town. We got some dinner. We regrouped. And then we heard, oh, no, I'm sorry. And then we went into the tunnels Saturday. So, where this podcast is kind of a no bars held, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put my own personal business out there. I do suffer from claustrophobia. Going into tunnels was probably not a great idea. Not gonna lie, I was scared. I was scared not because of what was in the tunnel. Well, yes, I was, because I didn't know if there were snakes or raccoons or what was going to attack me. But I couldn't breathe. I walked in there and I couldn't breathe, y'all. Once I calmed down and regrouped my way of thinking, I was good. But the deeper you get into the tunnels, the more narrow and shorter it gets. So I went as far as my back would allow me to go.
I was the first one ready to leave.
Sean is 6'2". So Mom said that was funny. Sean, I don't know where it's at. Court in the kitchen. That's funny. Chris had a blast making his too. It's on display. Mine is going on display too. I'm revamping my mantle actually. Daryl said, "Oh man, that's cool." It was cool. It was really cool to see. I'll post a video. Well, I'll have Sean post a video because that's kind of his experience. While he was there, he got a really cute little Maker's Mark apron. So you better believe that hibachi on the Blackstone is in order, guys. To commemorate all this, I got him a little souvenir glass. Becky, 10 out of 10. And I'm going to send you to a distillery you need to go to. No, Nick, we don't trust the living. Why? Because they're scheming. All right. So we go through the tunnels. We get over there. And Sean used, I'll let him talk about what he found in the tunnel. We'll skip on. So while we were in the tunnels,
Howie's gonna love it.
Yes. So as we were moving on in the tunnels, the band upstairs at the saloon starts playing. Well, my feet got to moving, guys. And so I had to get up out of there, go across the street, get my boots on, and hit the floor. The entire time we were there, guys, in Kentucky, people are literally feeding you bourbon like it's their water. They're feeding you bourbon the entire time you're there. Like that's what they wake up and drink. So I'm like, I've got to investigate, guys. I'm not drinking tonight. Just kidding. Psych. Here comes the little old 5-foot woman with your next drink. So when I couldn't help it. The band was awesome.
Everybody drank but me. I was responsible.
Emily, go ahead and sing the song. Cue up the song. Sean, stop lying.
I was just sitting there with my vape.
He is a whole lie. Anyway, so me and Emily could not wrangle the guys, and we headed across the street. I think Emily's husband, Chris, was with us. But we headed across the street. From the moment I walked in, I didn't even get me a drink. I went straight to the dance floor. That band was rocking. They were called The Suede. Okay. So we hung out, danced the night away, and when the bar shut down, we went across the street because now at this point I've got to change my clothes. I'm sweating, I'm hot, hair's a mess, whatever. There, thank you, Emily. I needed that song to be queued up. So, y'all gonna have it out? So, we got our equipment. We headed over to Long Branch. I'm gonna leave it at it was an insane night. Again, Sean's gonna talk about everything we got. We ended up investigating Long Branch Saloon till almost 5 a.m, guys. It was like 5 something when we went back across the street to the Sherwood Inn. We got a few hours of sleep before checkout and off to our third stop, which was, and this is where I'm going to tell Becky and Daryl to go and everybody else that's in here right now, Log Still Distillery. Those grounds, guys, were gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. See, we could always use a DD, Amy.
300 acres of beauty.
300 acres of absolute renovated gorgeousness. We were invited, and our task was to investigate the mansion. The mansion was built in the 1840s. They've had some strange happenings there and wanted us to go over there. But prior to us going over there, and this is where I say that Kentucky
did not like me in there.
And Sean's going to talk about that. But this is where I say, Sean, that hospitality here sucks.
Yeah.
When we showed up, we were expecting just to get, taken over to the mansion, unload, start our investigation, kind of maybe get some dinner, whatever. We got a full-fledged VIP experience of this distillery.
And the Mercedes van.
In their little tourist van, they took us all around, showed us how the bourbon and whiskey, and they also make dry gin and other gin. I think there's like 2 or 3 different kinds of gin, bourbon, whiskey, how that's all made, distilled, cooked, the whole 9. We got to try like an actual like batch that wasn't all the way ready. It was still a sour mash. We got to try one that needed to be cooked just one more time. And Sean fell in love with that one. Me, I can't do straight. I am, call me the P word, guys. I got to have a chaser, a mixer, or something.
I don't drink.
So as we were exiting the owners, as we were exiting the tasting room and heading on over to the mansion, the owners said, we really appreciate you guys coming down. And they gifted Sean with this beautiful bottle of bourbon right here. This is their brand, Monk's Road. Okay, this is small batch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is 94 proof. You hear me?
Woo!
For all the bourbon drinkers out there. Pairs phenomenal with any type of cigar. Would pair phenomenal if you were enjoying a pipe, Daryl. Things like that. So after that, and as you guys can see very clearly, it is still sealed. All right. This is also going to be commemorative because this is putting a memory on one of our paranormal locations. So we head over to the mansion. This place.
Very nice bottle, though.
Took my breath away. If you guys are friends with me on Facebook, you will see some of my sunset photos. I mean, to die for. The view, I could have sat on that porch all day long and not even investigated.
I will answer that question, Paul.
Becky, I think that would be a great idea. I'll have to bring you some from Kentucky.
Oh, I'll bring you some bourbon to make that pie with.
Yeah.
Their ABC that store down there makes our ABC store look terrible.
Yes. Guys, I got literally pre-mixed pina colada shaped like a pineapple. It was so cute. I also posted I posted a picture on Facebook. Daryl, you're going to have to invite Sean to the porch. I think it would be a phenomenal idea for some pipe, tobacco, and bourbon. So that night, we ordered pizza from a little local pizza shop because that's the easiest thing for paranormal investigators to all share. There was 5 of us, and we got the investigation going. That investigation did not disappoint.
Oh.
I'm talking intelligent responses. Poor Emily, I'm going to put you on blast, baby girl, but Emily had to go to the bathroom. While she was in the bathroom, we heard step, step, step up the stairs and click of her door handle. And the poor girl was sitting on a commode, pants on the ground. And the ghosts just helped themselves right on in the bathroom while Emily was partaking in her business. So, spirits there did not disappoint. At this point, guys.
Welcome, Shared Paranormal.
I did not. What's up, Shared Paranormal? Hi.
Howdy.
Yes, hashtag paranormal, hashtag paraunity. But at this point, guys, I'm going to turn it on over to Sean. He's going to back it on up to Friday night, everything we got, and recap with you guys.
Girl, you look good.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
So, Friday night, y'all, we get there.
Love you, Em.
Our first investigation.
Hell of an investigation.
Well, God, we got to the Sherwood Inn. Now, mind you, the Sherwood Inn, when you go to this town, the place was built.
It freaking looks haunted.
Or rebuilt in the 1900s. You still have to use a skeleton key to open the door and lock the door. That was cool. But immediately in there, all you heard was footsteps that couldn't be explained. We weren't even investigating yet. We were all just trying to get ready to go next door. So we go next door, we party. Let me say something about their karaoke DJ. 1, he's a hell of a DJ. 2, he can sing. 3, he knows how to keep it rolling. If he calls your name twice and you don't come, he goes to the next person. And 4, there was a lot of people there. A lot of people were singing. He's the first DJ I've seen that will skip himself to go to the next person. And that's a highlight to me. I've always wondered, why do karaoke DJs, and I'm not dissing the DJs, but why do they sing if the crowd is turned when it's a lot of people in there? You got like 30 singers. The DJ needs to skip himself. That's just my opinion. Don't hate me for saying that.
Keep it moving.
Keep the line. Keep the line moving. People are trying to sing. People don't come to hear the DJ sing. So, shout out to that DJ at Long Branch. I don't know his name, but Long Branch does everything right. This was a bar that I could literally go sit in, enjoy my cigar.
His name is Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. Let me see if you can run it.
And I'm going to shout out right there, guys. This is Trish. Trish has been working for this location and the previous owner for over 15 years. She's been a bartender here for 3 years. Anything you need to know about Long Branch, and Trish knows.
And, shout out to people like Trish, Daryl, location people who actually will follow the people who come and investigate it and support them on podcast. I think that's awesome. Becky, Daryl, people like that. If you're in here and I don't see you or you're not popping up, I'm sorry if I'm not shouting you out. But again, Trish coming in here. But this bar, you're literally sitting there and I can enjoy my cigar while watching a band or enjoying karaoke.
Yeah, it is a smoking bar, guys. So if that bothers you, don't go. But
hey, I'm an old country boy. When I first cut my teeth and playing music, we went in them smoking bars and played. Ronnie Anderson can probably relate to that as well. But anyway, back to the paranormal side of things. The first night we investigated Sherwood, Paul Fowler was asking me about my EVPs. Chris Mendez goes into his room, and Howie Howie, I want you to pay close attention to this, what I'm about to talk about. But Mendez goes into his room, and he starts hearing a bunch of stuff. I start hearing a bunch of movement. First thing I'm going to reach for is my recorder. So this is Long Branch Saloon in New Haven, Kentucky.
Yes, Nick. 10 out of 10. Must go.
Must go. And so I go in there.
And it's haunted.
We're in the room. And actually, I was in the hallway. Chris comes out of the room. He has the door open. I pop my recorder out. And I started talking. And all of a sudden, this voice comes through and says, "I'm with you."
I thought it said, "I want you."
No, it says, "I'm with you." I don't remember. Let me get my phone. Where's my phone? I put it on my phone.
Now we got to play it for y'all.
I believe it said, "I'm with you," though.
I think it says, "I want you."
I know you want me.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you. Yes, New Haven, Kentucky, guys. Bardstown, New Haven area. Kim, if you're still in here, Brady Bunch, you're going to Bardstown next weekend. Pop on over. It's 11 miles from Bardstown. Pop on over to New Haven. Put it right here.
I'm with you.
Put it right here.
With you.
Y'all hear that, or do you need him to play it again?
It probably sounds like shit on my phone. It sounds better on my recorder. I was able to slow it down and all that stuff. But that was the first EVP I got. Then from there, it was footsteps all up and down the hallway all night long. It was then we pulled out some equipment, and then
Paul Flower, so can you play it again?
Yeah, I'll play it again. Like I said, it sounds like crap on my phone. It sounds a lot better on the recorder.
Whisper,
I wish I knew how to slow it down on here.
Where the heck are you? That's only 6 hours. It's 8 hours from Lynchburg, guys.
Playback speed. Here it goes. I can slow it down on my phone. It sounds like crap on here. But I put it on here so I could clear up some room on my recorder.
Pretzels. Stay at the Sherwood and party across the street at Long Branch. All right, anyways, you guys get to
y'all get I'll play it again in a minute. But that was the first EVP that I really got on the DR60. Again, it sounds like crap on my phone. It sounded better on the recorder, and it sounds better on my video of it that I actually have. And we pulled out the equipment, and from there, equipment's going off nonstop. Great. It was great. Then after that, next night, we explored the town.
Well, we got woken up Saturday. Footsteps in the room.
Y'all did. I was asleep. Y'all got the footsteps again.
2 of us woke up to it, and we didn't know there was nobody in the room. Obviously,
We went to Lincoln's birthplace. I pulled out my recorder there. Got some activity on the recorder there. I don't remember everything that was said because there was so much going on this weekend. So it wasn't enough that happened for me to remember it, but I do know we were getting voices on the recorder there as well. So then we go to Long Branch that night. Very interesting. A lot of activity with equipment in Long Branch that night. Everything from the Flux to the Courtney's room hood.
No, it wasn't my REM pod.
No, it was actually Emily and Chris's room.
My REM pod was going off in the pool room, but Emily and Chris's was upstairs where there is accounts of
the woman that hangs out in the window. But there was a lot of EVPs that night. We were getting a lot of clear voices coming through that nobody knew where they were coming from.
The crazy thing is the spirit box did not work.
The spirit box got nothing. It wouldn't even, nothing was coming through. No radio, nothing at all would come through. Even Necrophonics, nothing. It was just all the backwards voices. Now, I will say something about Necrophonics that was interesting. I don't typically use Necrophonics on casework at all. I don't use any phone apps, nor the type of equipment we were using. Again, I was trying different things during this investigation. But I will say that the amount of environmental things that goes on in that bar, it was massive temperature drops in there. And then it would just warm up all of a sudden. Out of nowhere, temperature drop, warm up. I remember I was singing Friday night in there, and I was getting ready to sing, and a picture just flies off the wall. Everybody in the bar about jumped out of their seat.
Yeah, everybody did jump out of their seat.
And it's a picture from my understanding. Trish is, if you're still in here, that picture's been up for a while.
It was one of Jerry's favorite pictures.
Yeah, the owner of that bar that died, his picture came off of the wall in there.
Which they report that's not uncommon, guys. Things fly off the walls, shelves, things like that all the time. But what was the number one report that Trish made? Middle of the night. What happened?
The jukebox comes on and plays the same song over and over again.
What was the song?
Something about cocaine.
I never tried cocaine. I never tried cocaine. I never tried cocaine on repeat. To this poor woman at 3:00 in the morning.
And this is like a digital jukebox. This isn't like an old jukebox.
So she is texting everybody, trying to figure out who's messing with her. Everybody's like, what are you talking about?
But I've heard this story about a security guard getting shoved out of the building on multiple accounts. Well, Saturday night, I'm sitting at the table and this guy walks up to me.
Oh, the picture of Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's like a highlighted. He's like in the picture and it's kind of faded. But a security guard walks up to me and tells me the exact same story, the exact same way that everyone has told me about that. That place is definitely interesting. I can't wait to review the tape. I keep calling it, I'm old. The footage.
Did you just say an old
The
statement?
footage of that investigation.
You gonna go watch your show?
So then we went to the distillery and
Log Steel.
No, actually earlier that day I got to back up because this is where I was going to talk to Howie about, and I completely forgot about
tunnels.
Tunnels. I went very old school in the tunnels, Howie, and the rest of you. I did the strobe light method. I decided to,
What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew? How you doing?
Nick, I don't know. It literally, according to Trish, it just said, I never tried cocaine. I never tried cocaine on repeat.
So we went to the tunnels and I'd used my flashlight as a strobe method. I was like, well, this would be great. And literally in the middle of the strobe in the tunnels, you saw there's like a little cave in there that, shout out to Chris Warner, Emily's husband.
He went through it. He was the only one skinny enough.
He's the only one small enough to get in there. I wouldn't go in there anyway. Even if I was small enough to do it, I wouldn't do it. But he actually slithered up there somehow and came back. But I was reading that comment.
No, it's an actual new song called Never Tried Cocaine. I'm going to look this song up.
So Chris was actually, God, I'm trying to get my story straight. I shined the light down where the cave was. We were probably about 15 feet from it. And you literally see a person, like a shadow, peek its head out. And then go back in the cave using the strobe light method. Now, the strobe light method is kind of like an old school thing. It's not something that's used anymore because everybody's got all these health issues nowadays, and people can't look at lights flashing and all that stuff. So, but that's an old school method. They believe it's believed that strobe light slows things down in your environment, and
right,
yeah, modern song. But but the strobe light method is believed to slow things in the environment down. So it makes sense.
You have a camera rolling.
Why? Of course, Ronnie.
He had his body cam, and there was about 3 other people that were videotaping all at the same time. So we haven't reviewed evidence yet.
Just a note: whenever I'm doing any type of case work or when people invite me to do something, I will have a camera rolling during that investigation. Just because I will be presenting this evidence to the location whenever I do that. So I've got my work cut out for me this week. And that's a good question, Ronnie. I watch teams investigate all the time without cameras, and I'm just like, what are you doing? But yeah.
Trish said, I never want to hear it again. Guys, it is by, if you want to go listen, it is a newer song called Never Tried Cocaine by Travis Bolt.
Yeah, it
came out this year. So yeah.
I have no interest in hearing that song.
Interesting lyrics. For sure. Yeah. There's Amber, the owner of Long Branch herself, guys.
What's up, Amber?
Yes, Amber and Trish, my favorite Long Branch people. We were just raving about y'all.
But I didn't even get a chance to tell Amber.
I danced my ass off.
Yeah, I danced a lot too.
I was sweating.
But
okay. I like wind chimes.
Yeah, flower and wind chimes. Those see Nick, I could tell Nick is probably one of those old school investigators like a lot of us.
Ed said he was an OG of Virginia's Paranormal.
So I'd love to meet you, Nick, and talk to you as well. That old school stuff that people don't see for content, you don't see, those are methods that, Amber, we had a blast.
Well, I didn't want to stop for a second and say something, Sean. I'm sorry.
Amber missed the best part of the podcast where we was bragging about your place.
If y'all think you're going to go into Long Branch and sit down when Amber's in there, you're a whole lot.
Yeah, she walks around the bar pulling people up
onto the dance floor. Bands play there because Amber will make sure your dance floor is full the entire time.
And I will say that as an owner of a bar, y'all know that I was a musician for a long time, and I watched owners either hide out in their office or stay in the back. Amber gets up and parties with the band, and I think that's a cool thing. But back to the scary stuff.
I'm sorry.
So in the tunnels, using the old school method, it's just one of those things that popped in. If those of y'all who don't know about the strobe light method, and it's crazy that I even got to put this disclaimer out there, but if your health allows you to use the strobe lights are believed to slow everything down in your environment. Well, most of the time when you see a shadow figure, it's moving fast. We'll talk about it in just a second. Is that Robert Odell?
Uh-huh.
What's up, Robert? Frog brother. But yeah, it's believed to slow things down. So I don't know what made me do it. It's just
that part.
It's just going back to old school methods, and Howie and I talk about this all the time, in private, is that going back to a lot of old school ways of doing things, investigating. I'm glad I did it and I pray to God my camera picked that up. I was facing it. It was I had a body cam. Also, guys, if you're going in tunnels and stuff like that, we, Chris Warner and I both were strapped with gas meters on for our protection and safety.
Which is crazy because what happened to your gas meter?
My gas meter was going off nonstop. Emily, if you're in here, that alert really was detecting gas. We went back to the car, or was it paranormal? Because we went to the car and it wasn't going off.
Yeah, we tried to cut it on at the car and the gas meter didn't pick up anything. But standing at the entrance of the tunnels, it did detect gas. Robert,
I fully expect you to use, knowing who you are and who your brother is, I definitely expect you to use the strobe light.
The reason, before somebody gets on us in the comments, why we proceeded into the tunnels knowing there was a gas meter going off is because 2 other people were Sean being one of them, and then Chris Warner, the other one, had 2 other gas meters that were not triggered. So it was just this one, and that's why we decided to proceed into the tunnels. If everybody's gas meter was going off, we absolutely 1000% would not have entered those tunnels.
So that meter might have been picking up a different type of gas. Or could it have been paranormal or a faulty meter? We don't know. But we all made it out okay. But that was the coolest thing I've seen at Long Branch. And where the cave kind of sits in those tunnels, it's directly under Long Branch, which could explain some of the activity in Long Branch. Yes. One thing that Amber pointed out, when we investigated Long Branch, it typically responds to the men the most.
It does.
Whatever entity's in there. It was a brothel at some point, and somewhere between the 1800s and early 1900s, there was.
Thank you, Howie.
Old school stuff going on, but again, yes, if you have some kind of health issue,
I read that so wrong. I just read it 3 times.
Don't use a strobe light.
I thought it said, please take caution in reproducing. And I'm like, what?
Don't use a strobe light. However, if you can handle using a strobe light, I highly recommend going back. To be honest with you, I'm not here to teach you how to investigate. We hold paranormal one-on-one classes for that. But what I will say is that
Thank you for tuning in, Robert.
Hey, Robert, thank you so much. It's great to see you, brother. I can't wait to talk to you again in person. I will say that in Ed Odell, if I'm lying, you call me on it. Going back to old school methods has worked beautiful for me when it comes to investigating. And I believe Ronnie Anderson and I touched on that. Maybe Daryl and I talk about so much stuff with people in here. Going back to old school methods, it brought back so much. Even investigating, I'll even go back because I don't know if Chris can hear me, Chris Warner.
No, he's at work.
When I was at the mansion investigating in the basement, it was when I stopped trying to investigate and literally just sat and talked about, we were in the slave quarters. Under the mansion is nothing but slave quarters down there. And when I stopped trying to investigate, that's when stuff started happening. That's when EVPs would come in. That's when equipment was getting triggered. We were literally just talking about the slave history that could have been there. Now, touching on that, we ran a spirit box session in there.
Hey, Sammy.
Hey, Sam. Good to see you. But that's a good point, too. And, I will say that I was definitely a huge trigger. We've talked about this. Those of y'all who've been watching our podcast for a while, we talked about how much I'm a trigger.
I'm not mature enough.
How much I'm a trigger in these old plantation houses.
I started singing that song you were singing to Emily in my head just now.
And I'm a huge trigger. And so I did.
We're about to talk about it.
So I did the biggest, and I talked to Howie, and Howie almost got on me today until I told him what happened. I did the biggest no-no that I ever do on casework. The biggest no-no.
What'd you do?
I use necrophonics on a case work.
So?
Well, that's the biggest no-no. We don't use that during casework. However, something told me to do it.
Use what I want to use.
Well, we do what we want to do. However, we look for accuracy. We look for what's the word I'm looking for? We're looking for real stuff. So I can't think of fancy words for y'all tonight, y'all. We're not using big words.
We're too tired, guys.
But when I ran necrophonics in the mansion, it was acting completely different.
There was a weird voice.
It was a one voice mainly the entire time, and it was speaking clear to where we could understand what it was saying.
Like crystal clear.
Crystal clear. Like normally, if you're not familiar with necrophonics, it's everything is said backwards, and it's believed that when you hear it correct, that's the spirit manipulated to say that. This wasn't doing none of that. None of that. Those weird voices and weird noises that come through was coming out. It was literally talking as if it was sitting in the room speaking to me. It called me the N-word.
Clear.
Several times, like more than once. Called me the black man. Told me to get out.
Leave.
We did the finger thing. How many fingers am I holding up? It answered Courtney on that one. It told me to go downstairs, which that's where the slave quarters were in the house. We got the name of who was talking to us, and the name was George, and that came Charles. Through clear. And Charles, those were the owners of the house. George was the one, I believe, that built the place, right?
Yes, George built it. Charles lived there. Don't Correct. Quote me on that one, guys.
So it was we
were in New Haven, Kentucky.
So everything that it said was pertaining to the house. Now, mind you, the device I was using had no service on it, and it was in airplane mode. And
we didn't have any service, period, all weekend.
And I keep it off all the time. It's never on. So you know, and everything that it said was pertaining to where I was. Now, mind you, I use this on more than one occasion and don't get accurate answers all the time with it. I don't get answers, period, all the time with it. I've used this several times, but what made me start researching more with it.
Hi, Sin. How are you?
Hey,
Miss
Sin.
you guys. Excellent author right there. Yes. Check out her books on Amazon.
Yes, she has amazing books.
Right there.
But yeah,
we got to get you back on here, Sin.
So at the mansion, I will say that using Necrophonic, and again, I know there's some old school folks in here, and I know I was just preaching using old school, but this is where I'm going to flip the page over and say that, and there's old school guys who sat back at the screen when I said that. It was like, look at Sean doing that. That's no, Sean. I know, I get it.
But let me.
But things evolve.
Absolutely. But let me tell you really quick, not to interrupt you. The reason why Sean popped Necro, guys, is because the owners joined us for an investigation and they wanted us to use a spirit box. When I tell you, both Long Branch Saloon as well as the mansion did not, like, there was no spirit box activity on AM or FM. Not a single solitary word came through, not a song, not anything. We were literally
no radio
in bumfuck.
Actually,
but that's
the
where
spirit
we were.
Box did do well at the mansion at first.
But then it just went silent.
It was all voices at first. It was Lincoln at one point.
That's what. Yeah,
I don't know if you were in there yet.
I was not.
Chris and Emily was in there when that happened, and then all of a sudden, nothing. And so something said, just try Necrophonics and see what happened. And it was acting completely weird. I will release a video to that. Y'all see what I'm talking about. Ed Odell said frequency. Shout out John Sullivan with FPRI, another author in here.
Yes.
You can check out his book as well. It's a hell of a book. But Ed Odell said frequency. Now, that's where I want to kind of touch on with Necrophonic. I can't vouch for all phone apps. Now, I pulled out another doubter on the investigation with me, Daryl Paulette, who said the same thing. Phone apps, phone apps. I'm not all for phone apps at all. I'm not. I'm not convinced now that they work. However, most people who say this, and I'm not sending shots at y'all, so if you get mad at me, that's fine. Call me, talk about it. If you don't have my number to call me and talk about it, we probably aren't close enough for me to care if you're mad at me.
Boom, mic drop.
To be honest with you. So, but y'all know me. I speak the truth in this podcast. We keep it real. If you doubt phone apps and you don't like them and you rule them out completely,
don't use them.
9 out of 10 times, you probably haven't worked with them or spent any time to try them.
No, Ronnie Anderson, the Inn. That's what I read.
I get it. However,
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna give you the same thing that I'm gonna say is try it. See if it works or not. Before you rule it out, see if it works. When Daryl Paulette, your brother, your teammate, investigated with me using one, we found
it is hard to trust them.
It is. It's very hard to trust it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I rely on a phone app because I don't at all. I don't. However, the time where I've gotten answers from a phone app and they have been accurate and I cannot disprove it, I mean, the phone app's coming out calling me the N-word and telling me who the owner of the house was when I had no prior knowledge of it.
We didn't even know.
Didn't research it. And some of the stuff can't be well, I don't know. I couldn't find it. I mean, even down to it said a word that sounded like demon to one investigator. To me, it didn't sound like that. We were going back and forth. It was Chris Mendez. He could have sworn he heard the word demon. And thank God he was recording it. We stepped outside with the owner of the property. The owner said, that didn't say demon. It said D-head. And I was like, D-head. We all laughed. And I thought it was saying,
I thought he meant dickhead.
That's what I thought it was saying. And the owner said, that's the name of the road that we're on. He was one of the owners of the mansion. And how would the phone app know that?
Howie said, okay, put the finger up in the air. I do have to say this. If the spirit is going to manipulate, it's going to manipulate. It does not matter what is being used. It doesn't matter if it's an electric blanket, a toaster, a radio, a kid's toy. If they can make a kid's toy work without batteries, anything is possible. Bam. Bam.
So, Amber.
Science.
So, Amber, that's where.
Grand time.
Grand time.
Yes, Amber, that is the name of the road.
Right.
And it came through clear, D-head.
Yeah. So that's where I was going with that. How would the app know to say that? And again, some people can say, well, GPS. Well, the phone doesn't, for GPS to work. There you
go.
For GPS to work, it has to say, it has to have service, it has to have signal, it has to have satellite communication for GPS to work. Well, if the device we're using doesn't have any access to that, then how's it working?
And as a disclaimer, guys, I had to literally ask every single location I went to this past weekend for their Wi-Fi. I don't know.
And Amber as a location owner can attest to that.
Going on in New Haven, but y'all ain't got no cell phone service out there for us Virginians. So I had to get everybody's Wi-Fi everywhere I went.
Now, to correlate what Daryl just said in Howie's comment, if a spirit wants to manipulate something, it will, no matter what it is. And then Howie, that's what Howie said, and Daryl said he cannot explain how it was working for us, and he had to eat crow. And that's my theory. I had to eat crow many times with the phone app because
I had to do it with Necro.
Those of you who've been watching us for a while have heard me say several times in the beginning of our beginning stages of the podcast, don't use that phone app. They're bad. Don't use it. I was that guy preaching that until I took the time to investigate with one that happened to work for me. So what I will say about this weekend was...
Well, hold on. Me and Emily had a whole entire...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say me and Emily...
No, I was just going to conclude my portion of it.
Oh, go ahead.
So in conclusion, I will say Long Branch Saloon, I can't wait to go back and do part 3.
We're coming back.
We're coming back, and for sure. The hospitality was phenomenal. Amber, I can't say enough about your DJ, one. Your venue, two. The Long Branch Saloon, it's just one of those places where I walked in and immediately felt like I was part of the family in there. My team felt great that was with me. As far as the activity in the location goes, I will say it is a very active location, and it was a lot of the similar activity that we got last time. I will work very diligently this week on getting you some evidence put together. It might take me a week or two, so give me some time. I've got a lot of footage.
Well, you got to come down to Kentucky, Sam.
I've got a lot of footage to go through, and I will be putting together a video for you guys. As far as the mansion went that we stayed in, a lot of activity there. Great stuff. The Sherwood Inn, we didn't get to investigate it as much as we want to, so next time we come back, we'll spend more time on that. But the stuff that did happen there, unexplainable, but they were very hospitable to us as well. Great location. They were very nice. Great food, by the way, at both places that we stayed at. The locals there treated us great. We will definitely be coming back to New Haven.
For sure.
That's from me. Now, Courtney.
Well, we're a team, so where you go, I'm going. we in here, baby. We're here for it. But guys, just kind of wrap up this podcast, I will say, doing different experiments while, doing casework or just simply like being, on an investigation period as a whole different experiments and things are a must. The last experiment that we did is we separated out the guys and the girls. Okay. I do that quite frequently if I've got multiple people with us. Sean, Chris Mendez had left already. He had a 12-hour drive home. He took a nap and hit the road running. He came all the way down from New Jersey. So shout out to Chris with Supernatural Untold. So Chris Warner and Sean and the owners went down to the slave quarters, and Emily and I took to upstairs. When we got upstairs, we did the bedroom in which Sean and I stayed in. And from the jump, we were getting just hits on our equipment, intelligent hits. And then for those of you that are just tuning in, the funniest thing ever was when Emily was utilizing the bathroom and the ghost wanted to go in there with her. So footstep, this is all caught on camera. And then you hear the door open. And then I hear Emily go, "What the F?" And her voice is getting louder. So I'm like, "What is going on?" She said, "Something just opened the door." I said, "Are you in a position that you can get up?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "So you're just stuck in the toilet, just bucket naked?" Yeah, so that was probably the best thing. So then we came back in and Emily had a REM up. And it literally scared the shit out of Emily. Amber said they love hearing you sing The Patrons and the Spirits.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Nick said our phones listen to our conversations, talk about a topic, and the next thing you know, it's all over your phone. Well, yep.
I agree.
Then your phone has ads about Tide. Yep. Phone apps do the same thing. They also say for entertainment purposes. That would 10 out of 10 make sense, Nick, if this cell phone had any form of service on it.
And this particular cell phone stays in my equipment bag in a whole separate part of my house away from me and does not come on until I'm investigating with it.
We bought, for your guys' knowledge, we literally went to a pawn shop and bought like a used cell. No service, no nothing.
No SIM card or nothing's in that phone. So I would agree with you on that, Nick. And again, the old school guys won't ever touch them. I get it. Y'all will stay.
And that's cool. That's your prerogative.
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. All I'm trying to say is that I continue to research and find new methods to get evidence with. And so far for me and the people who've investigated with me, it's been working, and we've been finding new things that correlate with new school and old school methods. And I would love for you to try it out with me.
But for those of you who are lovers of Sean's EVP sessions and DR60, I will say they were hopping until we got to the mansion. Not a single EVP on my DR60, not a single EVP on Sean's DR60.
I did get one.
Oh, you got one?
I got one good one. And that was at the barn. Out back.
So outside. So inside the mansion, not a single EVP.
Yeah, out back, I heard a noise.
Emily said my soul left my body.
Out back, I heard a noise in the barn when I did the knock thing. Can you respond to the knocks? And it knocked back, and I said, "Are you in here with me?" And a voice came back and said, "Me."
I did have my creepy doll. I did pull it out at Sherwood is when I pulled it out. I did pull it out at Long Branch too, I believe. So that didn't go off. It was a lot of REM activity, a lot of flux activity, some trip rope, some tracer wire, a lot of spirit box stuff. And all in all, I will conclude, yep, I had it at Long Branch. I did pull it out because we were messing with Jesse. That's funny. All in all, I will conclude that this pair hangover is real, guys.
Yeah. I'm still tired.
I am exhausted. We ended up leaving New Haven yesterday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we headed on over to Louisville, to Muhammad Ali's birthplace, the gym where he trained, and then his final resting place. Now, I will say, while we were at Muhammad Ali's final resting place, we ran into Colonel Sanders. That was great. So, yes. Oh, Trish said it went off at Long Branch.
It did, actually.
My dog. Why didn't anybody tell me my creepy dog went off?
I can't remember. I remember Trish saying, "Wait a minute, the dog's going on." I do remember that, Trish. Yeah.
I'm upset.
It'll be on my camera, so I should be able to pull that.
Yeah, we were recording.
Yeah.
You guys know me. I don't judge anybody for methods or equipment they use.
Ronnie,
you judge everybody. What? But yeah, I think that was, I can't say it was my favorite part of the weekend, but it was definitely the icing on the cake was going to Louisville. So excellent weekend, excellent hospitality.
Favorite part of the weekend.
Fantastic liquid spirits.
Favorite part of the weekend was definitely Long Branch.
Ghosty spirits.
Long Branch is no joke.
What's up, Debbie Cushman? Say hi to the hair for us. We're getting ready to wrap it up, guys.
Shout out Dinner with a Ghost. Make sure y'all check out their events. They have a lot of events coming up that are going to be great.
But to give you guys a heads up, May 28th, we will be live, baby. We will be at the Historic Sandusky for Paranormal 101. It is free to the public. There will be light refreshments. Come learn about the science bit and the methods that we use, the equipment, and some history. So May 28th, 7:30 p.m. in the conference room at the Historic Sandusky in the Visitor Center. It's going to be a good time. And then right after that, June 5th, we will be doing another public investigation at Historic Sandusky. And there will be another location that we will be dropping shortly thereafter. And then June 20th, of course, we will be live at the Creep It Real Festival in Evansburg, Pennsylvania. Emily, we had an amazing time with you guys this weekend. Yes, Ronnie, you're invited.
We encourage you to come, Ronnie.
Oh my God, Trish, that cemetery, Cave Hill is like, or Cave Hill, something, whatever. Oh my God. I could have, if I lived down there, I would be in that cemetery all the time.
Yeah, we thought Old City Cemetery here was great. Nah.
Kentucky, just all in all, putting us to shame, y'all. Putting us to
Ronnie,
shame.
we encourage you to come. Help us teach it.
Yeah, Ronnie, I'm going to get you up to guest speak. But without further ado, guys, we are going to conclude this podcast. It's been real. I want to give a personal shout out to Sean. I call him my tech guy, guys, but he really is my tech guy. He is my go-to for all things science, all things needing to be debunked. He's a phenomenal investigator, excellent person. If you've got, anything going on, to come and investigate that. So yes, I'm going to give a shout out to my right hand man.
Thank you, homie.
All right. So guys, until next Tuesday, 8 p.m. What's up, Bert? Hi and bye.
What's up, Bert?
Michelle Wilfong with the Haunted Apartment. Much love and respect to you too, darling. Yes, Cave Hill. I knew it was Cave something.
But grand time.
Grand freaking time.
It's always a grand time with grand time.
Absolutely. But until next Tuesday at 8 p.m., guys, I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you
on the other side.
On the other side.